影片开始前，你还没有订阅我的频道吗？赶快订阅我的频道，这样你才不会错过最新的影片资讯哦。OK， 影片开始 ，Let's go。大家好，我是杰克，我现在人呢在哪里呢？我在 LA 的加州大学洛杉矶分校哦，也就是知名的 UCLA 的校园里面啊。那我今天呢来 UCLA 干嘛呢？我来 UCLA 街访，我要来问问 UCLA 的这些学生们，他们对于台湾的这个议题呢有什么感觉，以及他们就我们台湾一直觉得哦，台湾如果发生什么问题，台湾很重要啊，美国会来保护我们，所以我今天就来问问这些 UCLA 的学生，他们觉得哦，如果真的台湾发生了战争，美国应不应该出兵保护台湾 ？OK， let's go. So what's your name?
I'm Jackie.
Jackie. My name's Jack.
Jack?
Okay. So what you study here?
I'm studying psychobio.
Okay, psychobio. Okay, 生物学方面的 psychobio. Okay, so good. So, Jackie, have you ever heard of Taiwan?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your impression of Taiwan?
I don't have much knowledge regarding it.
Just the first thing when you talk about Taiwan, what do you think of? No idea. That's okay. In your opinion, what's the relationship between Taiwan and China?
I'm not very informed regarding the relationship between them. So I don't feel very qualified to comment on that.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Nowadays, because it's not peaceful in this world, we got wars around the world. For example, Gaza and Ukraine. Are you worried that Taiwan will be the next Ukraine?
If there's any possible or like any possibility for them to be in danger, yeah, I guess I'm worried.
If there's a war between Taiwan and China, do you support that the U.S. government send army to protect Taiwan, in your opinion?
Again, I'm not very well informed on the subject. Innocent people who are being affected, I do think that there should be some sort of help.
Including that sending army or just like some human aids, for example, medical or like...
I'm sure like there's many forms of help. Again, I'm not very well informed, so I don't know exactly what would be the proper steps to help, but again, just any help I'm assuming would be beneficial.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you,
and and welcome to Taiwan.
Thank you.
If you have time. Okay,
right.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a YouTuber from Taiwan, and I would like to do some street interview. Do you have a couple minutes for me?
Depends what you're asking me.
Okay, you will see. Okay, because of
this is going to Taiwan.
Yes, in Taiwan. I'm a YouTuber of Taiwan.
I can give you like 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
So, have you ever heard of Taiwan?
I have.
Okay, so what's your impression of Taiwan?
Close to China.
Close to China.
Yeah,
close.
Americans don't have very good geographic knowledge.
Okay,
so.
okay, that's okay. Close to China geographically, right?
Correct.
What's the relationship between Taiwan and China, in your opinion?
I believe it's tumultuous, like conflict.
Conflict. Like
between two countries.
Okay, two countries, country to country, and conflict.
Yeah.
And nowadays, because the world is not peace. In peace now, there are many wars around the world. For example, Gaza and Ukraine.
Correct.
So, are you worried that Taiwan will be the next Ukraine?
I have no idea. I'm not really the person to ask about geopolitics. I don't really know much about it.
What do you study, by the way?
I study psychology and I minor in philosophy.
Okay. If there's a war between Taiwan and China,
yeah.
So, in your opinion, do you support that U.S. government to send army to protect Taiwan?
I'm not really qualified to answer that question because I don't know too much about the conflict itself. So after I do a lot of research on China versus Taiwan, I would be able to give you a better answer. But at the moment, I don't know enough. I'm sorry.
So if it's good for United States, you think it will should send army, or if it's not good for United States, should not?
If it's good for the United States will do it. If it's bad for the United States, they won't do it. Very simple.
Very simple.
Very simple.
Depends on it's good or bad for the United States.
Whether it serves the interests of the state. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
So what's your name?
Abrar.
Abrar. So what do you study here?
History.
History.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. You study history.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of Taiwan?
Yeah, I've heard of Taiwan. Yeah.
So
it's a country, I think. Yeah.
What's you think Taiwan is a country?
Yeah.
So what's your impression of Taiwan?
I don't know. I think it's a beautiful country. I've seen photos of it. So, yeah.
Okay. What's the relationship between Taiwan and China, in your opinion?
I know that there's some disagreements between whether or not Taiwan is a part of mainland China. That's all I know. I don't really know much of the deeper historical ties.
Okay, because there are many wars around the world now, for example, in Gaza and in Ukraine.
Yes.
So are you worried that Taiwan will be the next Ukraine?
I'm not sure. I can't really, say much without knowing much more about the political climate of each country.
If there's a war between Taiwan and China, okay, if it happened, so do you support that the U.S. government to send army to protect Taiwan, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think it's up to the government if they choose to do so. If they have good relationships with Taiwan, then if that's their choice, then sure. But I don't really.
You have no
I don't really know much about the political climate within Taiwan and China and America and China and Taiwan. So I can't really comment on the deeper aspects of it. Yeah.
So if it's for the U.S. government's interest, you think you should send the army? If it's not,
if the government thinks it's in America's interest, then if that's their choice, then sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. And by the way, welcome to Taiwan if you have time.
Of course, hopefully one day. Yeah, hopefully one day. Yeah.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. You guys like to sit on the grass, right?
Yeah,
it's your culture.
Nice change of pace,
I see a lot of people in America do like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your name, by the way?
My name is Sebastian. I'm a third year here at UCLA, studying political science.
Oh, political science. Ooh, political science. That's good.
Yeah.
So, have you ever heard of Taiwan?
Of course. Yeah.
So, what's your impression of Taiwan?
I think that, kind of like Hong Kong, they have a tense relationship with China.
Okay, tense relationship.
Yes, definitely.
So, what's the relationship between Taiwan and China?
Well, I know that, or I assume that kind of like Hong Kong, Taiwan is always trying to be claimed by China as territory of theirs, I think. And I know that their people disagree mostly, I think. But that's as far as I know.
Okay. Yeah. And because nowadays the world is not in peace now. There are war around the world, for example, in Gaza and in Ukraine. Are you worried that Taiwan will be the next Ukraine?
Ooh, China's very powerful now. I think they're equal to, or if not even greater in power than U.S. Maybe not in their military, but definitely in technology and manufacturing. So they definitely have the power to do that.
Okay.
I think.
You think so?
Definitely, yeah. And I think President Xi, I don't know him personally, of course, but from what I can tell, I think he would be willing to do that. And he's also a strong partner with Russia, so they might influence each other in some sort of way. So I think so, yeah.
You do know the politics quite well, right?
Somewhat, a little bit. Trying to learn every day.
Okay, so if there's a war between Taiwan and China, do you support that U.S. government to send army to protect Taiwan? In your opinion?
Just from a purely moral perspective, I would say yeah. But at the same time, it would have economic impacts that the people would have to pay. Kind of like with the tariffs that President Trump is imposing on many products, not just from China, but from Mexico, Canada. At the end of the day, the people pay those tariffs and those like punishments.
Yep.
Right? So even though, I would still support the U.S. trying to aid Taiwan like they do with Ukraine, it would.
That's a human aid. But
yeah, it's just a purely human, moral topic and matter. So, I'd be willing to pay more for my stuff if, we get to save more lives or help out a country from being overtaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like a moral help, human aid, instead of sending army directly into.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Send army.
Army. Okay. I would say so. Yeah. I would support it. Yeah. And we do have military bases in Asia. Like in Japan. So I think it'd be feasible, and it'd be. I think just based off with like the Ukraine situation, I think sending troops would be fine.
But U.S. didn't send troops in Ukraine.
Oh, they didn't.
You didn't. You just give
said
their
aid, right?
weapons and but no U.S. troops directly to Ukraine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't know.
I did not know that. Thank you for thank you for
you didn't send army to Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, I think.
But you personally support it, right?
I do. Yeah. But
okay.
I think sending weaponry and like military equipment and money, I think that's equally as effective, if not more, than sending troops. Maybe Ukraine doesn't have as many, much developed military technology as we do. So, I'd support that too.
Okay, my last question.
Yeah.
If there's a war happen now, do you think President Trump will do it? Will President Trump do it? Because that's your opinion, your support. But my question is, will President Trump do it to send army to protect Taiwan?
Well, based strictly on his sentiment about China, we know that he doesn't like them very much in an economic standpoint. But seeing that he is not friends with Russia, but like definitely gets along with them, and Russia's a partner of China. With BRICS and all that. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
But my guess would be possibly.
Likely.
Yeah.
Likely will, but
likely will. Yeah,
but
because
maybe not.
Yeah, he's a lot more aggressive this time around than he was in 2017 through 2021. As you can see with the tariffs and all that, he's taking a lot more immediate action. I mean, he was just sworn into office like 2 weeks ago, and he's already doing all these international policies. So I think he definitely has more like courage and willingness.
Okay.
So it's more of a possibility now than say in 2016.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll see. But
We'll see,
me personally, because I'm from Taiwan, I don't hope that I don't want the war happen in Taiwan. I think that's a best policy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, of course. And nowadays we have drones and all that, and it's horrible. I can't imagine going to war nowadays. So I agree with you.
Okay, so it's very nice to talk to you.
Yeah, very nice to talk
good.
to you as well.
But by the way,
Yeah.
how do you think that President Trump's like raising the tariff to the neighboring country recently? Do you agree with that? Especially like Canada.
Originally,
25%.
Yeah. His intentions are good behind it. He wants to create more jobs, and that could work.
Okay. Intention is good.
Yeah, intentions are good, but the thing is, the U.S. citizens pay the tariffs at the end of the day.
Yes.
New factories, new firms, they don't fall out of the sky. So for these new jobs that he speaks of to appear in the first place, we don't need foreign companies, but most of the companies that produce the products we buy have firms here in the United States. So if we impose tariffs on those countries, they're going to be less willing to conduct business with us. Yeah. And so they're going to be less willing to create firms here, which will then lead to less jobs being created.
Yeah.
So his tariffs could create jobs, but they're going to be very expensive jobs that we're going to pay.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, it's that's the reality of it. So I think that his intentions are good, like I said, but
the result,
the way it plays out, it's not good, you know.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for your time. Not only a couple minutes. I think way more than a couple minutes.
Oh, I don't.
Thank you
mind
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Taiwan, by the way, if you have time.
Oh, I'd love to visit Taiwan, Singapore, Japan, world tour. You know.
Okay. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
What's your name? What do you major?
My name is Finn, and I major in business economics.
Okay. So have you ever heard of Taiwan?
Absolutely, yeah.
So what's your impression to Taiwan?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a ton about Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I've heard of it many times. I know that they've got a little bit of conflict going on with China in some ways. I don't know much about the conflict. Yeah, I don't know a ton.
So in your opinion, what's a relationship between Taiwan and China?
I know it's tense. I can say that. I know that it's not friendly. If I'm correct, just China not recognize Taiwan as a sovereign.
Yeah, sovereign country.
Yeah. So I mean, that sounds like a very a tough relationship. Not one that's in a good place right now. Like I said, I don't know enough to have much of a side on it. But in general, I believe that most people who think they're a sovereign country are probably right.
Oh, okay.
That's for sure. But yeah, I can't speak a ton to it.
Okay. If there's a war happen between Taiwan and China, do you support that U.S. government to send army to protect Taiwan?
Like I said, I probably don't know enough to have a good input on that, but I do.
In general,
I don't trust the Chinese government very much, and I don't believe that they are, super fair or always kind of transparent about their people and about states they have control over. So I would want to learn more about it, but I would probably lean towards support to the Taiwanese people.
Support. My question is support in military way, like sending army. Not only like give human aids, etc.
Yeah, depends on the ramifications, but we definitely spend a ton on our military. I think I read somewhere that we spend more on defense than the next 25 biggest defense budgets combined, which is a ton of spending. So I mean, put it to good use. We spend a whole lot on our military. We need to use it.
Okay, money is to use. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks for your time. Okay, and welcome to Taiwan if you have time.
Absolutely, I would love to.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. 以上呢就是我在 UCLA 做的这个街访究竟美国愿不愿出兵保护台湾呢 ？OK， 首先我先讲讲我的感想就是说果然 UCLA 的学生他们就是对于自己懂的就讲，对于自己真的不懂的，就是不知为不知真的是蛮有这个做学问的精神。因为我问过很多组的这个学生他们不太清楚这个台湾跟中国大陆的关系两岸关系，那他就不会做过多的这个评论。但是呢，当他真的了解的话，比如说我访问到的那位政治学的这个同学他就真的侃侃而谈，而且他们都很愿意的表达自己的意见以上就是我在这个 UCLA 对这个大学生的做的街访我必须讲，我觉得我其实今天也得不到太多确切心里面的答案，因为美国人他们就是这样，他们自己心里面支持一件事是一回事，但是最后他们的答案都是说，那实际还是要考量这个是不是符合美国的利益如果这个是出兵保护台湾是符合美国利益的话，他们就支持如果不符合美国利益，他们就不支持。我想这个才是我今天得到最大的这个答案吧，就是还是要符合美国利益。那至于出兵保护台湾符不符合美国利益呢？这一点就没有答案了。OK， 今天没有答案，我心里有。OK， 好，我是杰克，我在 UCLA， 下次见，拜拜。Surprise！现在是工商时间，我要跟各位朋友推荐我的 YouTube 频道，现在已经开了一个新的会员等级，叫做白金会员。那白金会员有什么福利呢？加入白金会员可以不定期的看到我推出的私房影片，以及可以加入我的 Discord 群组，成为高级成员哦。那至于私房影片是什么，高级成员有什么福利，你加入就知道了。 还不加入，赶快加入！